We are a digital technology and neuroscience company. We develop and commercialise neuropsychological assessments for use in highly regulated markets. I did my PhD here at the University of Nottingham, so I was based in the School of Psychology, and I was really looking at cognitive markers associated with schizophrenia and anxiety disorders. So I was presenting some of that research at the British Association for Psychopharmacology, and it was there where I met some of the science representatives from Cambridge Cignition. So they came over to my poster, we discussed some of my research, and I was familiar with the cognitive assessments that Cambridge Cignition commercialise, and given that my research was of a cognitive nature, then we hit things off quite well. So it was a couple of months after the end of that conference when I was approached by Cambridge Cignition, and they informed me that they had an opening for a clinical scientist post. I was actually only in the second year of my PhD at the time, so it felt far too premature for me to be able to kind of like pack up my thesis and move right away. But I ended up interviewing the following year, and they were willing to wait until I was closer to the end of my PhD. So then in the July, I went into thesis pending just 3 months early, and then started my career there as a scientist, and here I am now, never looked back. So I started off as a scientist at Cambridge Cignition, and most of my role there was interacting with clients, helping them to design their clinical trials in more of an advisory position, I guess. As I progressed and developed more experience within the company, then I started to take on more of a leadership role within the clinical science team. Coming from a psychiatric background, from schizophrenia, anxiety disorders, then my role was then starting to mould more around taking a leadership role in terms of interacting with clients and talking about clinical trials that really fitted around that psychiatric sphere. So as I began to kind of develop this leadership role in that area, then I was given some line management of some of the junior science team. It was then where I progressed to be a senior scientist. And then after about 18 months perhaps as a role being a senior scientist, then I took on the role as Director of Neuroscience, where now I spend a lot of time away at different conferences. I still have a leadership role within the clinical science team, but I lead a lot now on our research and development activities.